Greetings, faculty. I'm Hillary Hungerford. I'm your Faculty Senate President the next few years, and I'm just going to send these really quick video updates the Friday after we have Senate for the week, so you can stay informed on what's happening in Senate and what we're discussing and what's coming up also. So I'm reporting today just on our first Faculty Senate meeting of the year, which was this past Tuesday, August 31st. We are meeting on Teams now. We hope to meet in person, but because of this volatile situation around COVID, we thought let's just plan to meet on Teams. It's a better solution for now. The provost came to visit us for the first 30 minutes, and we had a nice discussion around COVID at UVU and what's happening, what are some of the procedures that we follow in terms of pinging classes for testing or needing special accommodations for instructors. I think that messaging has been pretty robust. If you are still unsure about COVID questions or COVID protocols, I encourage you to talk to your department chair, or you can also ask your senator who was there at the meeting to give you some more details. A lot of our discussion, though, with the provost was actually about the vaccine requirement that's upcoming for students. So just to be clear, the vaccine requirement will take place in the spring semester. It's only for students. It's not for employees or faculty or staff. And this is largely because of laws that exist in Utah. So it is for students, a vaccine requirement, and they'll receive in the next few weeks a self-reporting form where they report their vaccination status and then also how they plan to get the vaccine if they want it. There are broad exemptions for the vaccine requirement. There is a medical exemption, a religious exemption, and a personal exemption. So though there is a requirement, there still is a lot of room for students to have an exemption if they so choose. So we spent a lot of time talking with the provost about that. So that's a big change that's coming up in the next few weeks and up to the few months. After that, we just, I said a few words of welcome. Welcome to all of you too watching this. After that, we really dove into some policy issues. And your senator has with them the link to the comment documents on these policies that are coming through right now. So if you would like, you can look over these policy revisions and offer any suggestions to your senator to have them convey those to Faculty Senate. The first two policies are coming out of sponsored programs. And the first is, they're mostly really both of them to be in compliance with federal regulations around funding and other requirements for grants. There is a brand new policy 146 they're proposing that is really for compliance with these federal regulations. And I know there's a lot. I'm part of an NSF grant right now in my department, and there are a lot of rules around this. So I think this will be a great policy addition. Of course, feel free to look over it and see, mark any concerns. And then the other one is about contractual funding. So this gets into if something is a grant or a gift or a donation or a sponsored program, kind of the procedures for each of those categories. So I do encourage you to look over that and see any concerns that you might have, and then communicate those to your senator so they can add those to the comment document. The last policy that's coming up that we have comments open on are the annual faculty review policies. This is 633. This has been a huge rewrite effort that was started last year by my predecessor, Dr. Ann Arndt Bunz. And we are still working through all the really great feedback we got from faculty last year. And then we have a new draft and are welcoming comments on that. So you're very much encouraged to look over that policy and then forward any of your comments to your senator so we can get those discussed in Senate. Always, too, if you have any concerns on any of these, please feel free to contact me directly. I am here to hear your concerns and to try to convey our concerns on these policies. So, yeah, that's what I'm here for. Get in touch with me anytime. We did have a number of non-policy items come up in Senate too. And there's a number of them. I'm just going to go through them quickly and tell you kind of the results of the non-policy items. The first one was a recommendation that we explore the permanent residency renewals and citizenship costs and how those are allocated across departments and colleges. Ultimately, this motion did not pass, so this is not something that Faculty Senate will investigate further at this time. If this is still something you're interested in, you're encouraged to get in touch with me or anyone on the executive committee, and we can see about maybe investigating it further. The next item was about the potential of creating a professorial track to really a teaching tenure track to go along with our current tenure and rank advancement paths. So this motion here is just to start investigating what this could look like, doing some feasibility studies. And this motion did pass. So what we're going to do is we're going to hand this over to the special investigations and also partner with Susie Cox in the RTP, the chair of the RTP committee in Senate, and they'll start to be putting together a task force of faculty that might look at how these teaching tenure track lines work in other schools. So if you're interested in more of that conversation or potentially being on the task force, you're invited to get in touch with Elijah Nielsen or Susie Cox. And so the task force stage is really just exploring what this might be. We're not officially deciding anything at this stage. We're just kind of putting together an investigation. But there was a lot of concern about how the kind of traditional tenure track might not be representative for all of our disciplines across campus, particularly reflecting our dual mission at UVU and how we have just a wide range of programs. Potentially, there's many different tenure track options that might work for our faculty. So that's going to be a really interesting conversation this year. And if you'd like to learn more, get in touch with Susie or Elijah. Second to last was just an idea to create a syllabus checklist, just a place where we can house all of the required and suggested syllabus language. I know this is something that's been hard for me and definitely new faculty trying to find where everything is. So this motion did pass. So Special Topics is putting together a writing task force to create a syllabus checklist. And this is not any sort of mandatory thing that faculty would have to follow, but just a clearinghouse where we can house all of this suggested language, so to make it easier for faculty to find what they want. The last piece of non-policy action item was the potential for Senate to create a resolution around the importance of diversity, inclusion, and anti-racism in our teaching, service, and our scholarship. So ultimately, the motion passed, and the motion is that kind of a twofold thing, is that we have a task force starting to write a resolution, but then at the same time, we're going to have a survey to learn more about what faculty's thoughts are on these issues across campus. So the task force writing the resolution, this will definitely come back to Senate for comments and votes. So we're just also in kind of the formation stage of that resolution, but that's something to pay attention to in the next month or so, next few months. That was the major issues that we talked about in Senate this week. I really appreciate you watching this video. If you have, I'll try to keep them as short as I can. We try to do a lot in Senate. But this is my YouTube channel here that I'll post our Senate updates on. So if you want to subscribe, you can, and I'll be posting these every other week. Okay, thanks so much for your time today, and have a great holiday weekend. Be safe. Bye.